50 pesos per day, that's all you really need to get started on investing. While that sounds too good to be true and maybe too easy, today I wanted to share with you what I would do if I was just getting started on investing, if I had the most limited budget, where I would put that 50 pesos daily. So today I'm showing you how you can build a diversified portfolio, one that has crypto, gold, global and local equities, even if you're just starting with this very small amount. Consider this as your starter pack for investing. And this is not just for starters. If you're not sure how to go about investing and want to take the guesswork out of all of this video is for you. So, enough of this intro and let's go. But before anything, if you are new to this channel, hi, I'm Mark. It's nice to meet you. In this channel, I talk a little bit about lifestyle, but I mostly talk about business and investments. So yes, I actually get this question quite a lot, how to get started on investing, what to invest in, and I thought to myself, while I've done a lot of previous videos about my current portfolio and the great returns that it's given me in more than 10 years of investing, I put myself in a different position thinking what I would actually do if I was just getting started. Maybe you are a fresh graduate just getting started. If you are already in your 40s as well and just getting started on investing, that's fine. This is actually the perfect time to start getting invested. We have so many apps, so many investing opportunities now that it actually makes it very easy to get our feet wet in investing and grow our money over a long period of time. On that note, I just wanted to also let you know that this video isn't sponsored. All of my videos have been based on my own personal investing experience. I don't consider myself, like a stock trader or like an investment manager. Everything I've shared in this channel is about my own personal experience throughout the years and what my portfolio, what my different investments have given me as returns. While I talk about BPI, Maya, Gcash, this and that, do note that this video isn't sponsored and I only have your best intentions in mind, how you can grow your money. So before talking about what to use and where to put your money, let's talk about the 50 pesos that I mentioned earlier. So why such a small amount? Isn't it a waste of time to be investing so little for so long? Well, the amount is just a starter amount. If you have more to invest in a daily basis, then great, you can work with that. What I've been advocating on this channel is the discipline, the principle of dollar cost averaging. We're in the Philippines, you can call it peso cost averaging. So this principle of cost averaging is a way for you to keep investing, doing it regularly. The market swings with a lot of volatility, and the point of cost averaging is that you are actually able to ride the market not as a roller coaster, but really just as a steady ride. Most charts, most stocks go up and down this way. But if you look at it in the long term, they are mostly going up. Regular investing lets you come into some dips. Sometimes you come in a little high. But when you look at it from a broader long-term perspective, you are actually able to get the benefits of the market going up. So with that said, 50 pesos is really the starting point for a lot of the investments that we have available in our apps. So perhaps the 50 pesos is a small snack or a small expense that you can forego on a daily basis. So that's really what we're trying to advocate here. So with this investing principle out of the way, let's now talk about where we will put our money. As we build our portfolio, a portfolio will always, of course, refer to 100%. Now, I was thinking of a strategy of doing this on a weekly basis, but it was a little hard. So let's treat investing based on a 10-day period. So that's also easier. 10 times 3 equals 30. So more or less, that's what you'll be investing in at 50 pesos. That's just 1,500 pesos total. So again, it's not much, but the point is for this to matter more once the momentum of your investment portfolio is built. So based on these 10 investing days, what do we invest in? So the first thing I would invest in, and you probably expect this already, of course, we will start with the very popular S&P 500 Index Fund, specifically the BPI US Equity Index Feeder Fund. Now, as a disclaimer, you actually have to invest 1,000 pesos at the start to invest in this fund. But subsequent investments actually don't have a minimum. So the 50 pesos is even just a placeholder that I'm using. So just as a refresher, why the S&P 500? So this is the most reliable established benchmark for global equity. If you want to know more about the S&P 500, its performance, and what I've gotten as returns, again, I have a lot of videos on that. Check them out later. So going back, I would invest in the S&P 500 3 of the 10 days that we have identified. So I leave that up to you. You can do that on day 1, day 2, day 3, or you can spread that out. You can do it in day 1, day 4, day 7. So I guess from my perspective, I see the S&P 500 continuing to lead the pack. That's why I'm investing in this the most. For our 10-day period, we have 3 days out of the way. Let's move on. The second thing that I would invest in 2 of the 10 days that we've talked about, this might come as a surprise to you, but I would actually invest in local stocks. Well, let me rephrase that. Not local stocks per se, but UITFs or mutual funds that are tracking the local equities market. So why invest in the local market? Didn't we establish that it just sucks? It's just underperforming? Well, that's the case. I think eventually at some point the local market is going to pick up. Again, it doesn't have the track record, the reliability of the S&P 500. But knowing that the S&P 500 is at its all-time high, perhaps there are corrections that are coming eventually. I feel like the local market has no way but up. I mean, they can also just keep sustaining whatever this lackluster performance it's had in the past few years. But I feel that at some point, where we are as an emerging region, I feel like our market will eventually pick up. Again, I still wouldn't put too much in it, but the whole point of this diversified portfolio is to be able to bank on some opportunities that are perhaps developing or even ripe for the taking. So I've actually been investing 50 pesos in the said ATRAM Philippine Sustainability Development Growth Fund. I've invested 7,350 pesos in it. So those are a lot of 50 peso days returns of 7,646 pesos and 7 centavos right now. Very modest returns, not much. I think it's about a 4-5% return. But yeah, at least you get my point. A little goes a long way. For a long time, this was in the red. Now, it's barely in the black, barely in the green, but hopefully it pans out. And via Seedbox, you have other funds that are monitoring the local market. ATRAM Philippine Equity Smart Index Fund. You can also invest in the BPI Philippine Stock Index Fund. These funds used to have their minimums as hundreds, if not thousands of pesos. Now, these apps have really made it easier for us to start investing, so I would really capitalize on that. So again, going back, 2 of those 10 investment days in a fund that is tracking the local market. These next 2 will be a little different. I haven't spoken about them as much in this channel, but I do have them in my portfolio as well. So if you are investing and not putting just even a little portion of your investment portfolio in this, I think you might be missing out because this is really potentially where the biggest returns are. I think you have to consider some crypto in your portfolio. Now, personally, I think this is actually a good time to get started on your investment in crypto. After all-time highs last year, Bitcoin is probably just half of what it used to be. I was actually fortunate enough to sell portions of my little Satoshis, bits of Bitcoin, when I bought a car 2 years ago, which I guess I sold at a time when it was moving up, but I didn't sell at the highest. But portions of my car were funded by it. So if you want to check that out, I have my video on that as well. Anyway, we won't get into the specifics, the speculation about crypto. But for me, I would still consider Bitcoin and Ethereum as the leaders of the pack. And with that, I would put in 2 investment days for crypto. Unfortunately, with Maya funds, where we have the lowest minimum to invest in crypto, it's at 100 pesos. So do note that this would account for day 6 and day 7, and you can't split them up between Bitcoin and Ethereum. So in a given 10-day period, probably invest in just one. If you feel like exploring outside those 2 coins, the ones that I'm also exploring would be Solana, Cardano, and Chainlink. I'm not going to claim to know a lot crypto inside out, but again, as a general investing strategy, because of this cost averaging, I would allocate 2 days, so that's 50 pesos each, to crypto based on our 10-day investing period. So this next thing I would invest in would actually be gold. Gold, fortunately for us right now, comes in the form of crypto. If you go into the principle of it, it might be a little confusing because gold is the gold standard and crypto doesn't necessarily back anything, but there is a cryptocurrency now backed by gold, specifically PAXG. The value of PAXG is tethered into gold. In any case, I think that's a great investment for us rather than buying jewelry. Well, I guess you can wear jewelry, but dealing with fakes or storage if you don't know what you're doing. At least now you can invest in gold for as little as 100 pesos. 2 of our investing days will again be allocated just for gold. Again, gold has been the oldest form of stored value, and I think you can't go wrong with it. So we've now identified 9 of the 10 investment days. Let's move on to the last one. I feel like we also have to balance out our portfolio with something that is not as volatile, not as risky. Technically speaking, when we don't want risky investments, we invest in bond funds, fixed income securities. We've talked a lot about this in this channel before. This one is not purely fixed income securities, but more of a balanced fund. What I'm talking about would be a dividend-paying fund. So we've talked about the ALFM Global Multi-Asset Income Fund a lot on this channel. There are also other multi-asset income funds that are run by Manulife and Atram. But what's most readily available in our apps would be the ALFM Global Multi-Asset Income Fund. Again, this fund actually pays you 5 to 6% in annual dividends, and it pays you on a monthly basis. Of course, at just 50 pesos, it's going to be really small. But in any case, I wanted you to try that, to have it in your portfolio. Our portfolio is quite aggressive with 9 out of the 10 days being invested in highly volatile instruments. This one would just be for you to experience what a safer, a more stable fund would feel like. So that about wraps up our 10-day investing strategy. Again, we are allocating 3 days for the S&P 500, specifically the BPI US Equity Feeder Fund. We are allocating 2 days for local equities. Specifically, I invest in the Atram Philippine Sustainability Development and Growth Fund. Again, you have other options out there. 2 days would be allocated to investing in a crypto. I still feel like Bitcoin and Ethereum would be the safest. Another 2 days would be invested in gold. Specifically, you can invest in PAXG through Maya Crypto at 100 pesos. So again, you'd have to sort of skip a day. So you have 2 skip days now. And lastly, I would have that remaining day, which you can invest in a dividend-paying fund or something safer. For me, I invest in the ALFM Global Multi-Asset Income Fund. So again, this strategy is really made for you to get started on investing in the easiest way possible and having it diversified, not concentrating on just one, so that you can have an appreciation of the different investment instruments. Again, while there may be setbacks in the short term, the long-term investment value of this is made to give you returns that will really be felt. So this is just one approach. If you want to substitute some of the days, you are welcome to do that. If you think crypto might be too volatile, too speculative for you, that's a fair point. And if you want to leave it out, you can reallocate that to perhaps safer investing instruments. This 10-day investing strategy really just gives you a framework of how much you are allocating your portfolio. So what do you think about this? Will you start with 50 pesos or do you have more budget to allocate? And that's great. As long as you're able to sustain that amount on a regular basis, I think that's where the magic of this investment strategy really happens. Would you keep to this strategy or swap out a few? How would you design your portfolio? Let me know in the comment section. If you like this video, please don't forget to like, comment, and consider subscribing if you haven't already. Thanks again for watching, guys, and happy investing.